I recently acquired this Phantom Fury Special Edition from a friend of mine. The Special Edition is one of the later models of Phantom Fury after Fantom made a rather quick redesign, or facelift I should say, of the original Phantom Fury, which was released in 1996 and then reintroduced with a 12 amp motor around 1998. So this model came out around 2000 along with the Special Edition Plus, which is very similar to this, and the Limited Edition, which is also very similar to this model, except for it is a more, I want to say kind of maybe almost like, not quite a copper color, but like maybe like a gold or copper-ish color. And the hose design on the Limited Edition model was also different. Limited Edition model had the handle in all one piece, and it just had this relief valve on the back, more like a conventional upright vacuum cleaner, and then you'd use your tools. Interesting to note, this Phantom Fury is a very late model Phantom Fury. It was made in 2001. It has a white hose, as you can see, which I do not see very often at all on Phantom Furies. Most of them have black hoses. I like the color. You can see it's blue. That's what attracted me to this model. This is, like I said, this is a later model of Phantom Fury, so this was after they redesigned the top cover to make it the headlight lens and the general shape of the top cover more rounded and angular, rounded than the original Phantom Fury, which by this point was looking kind of outdated. It was dropped at some point, so I did have to put some glue right here because it broke in 4 pieces, or I should say it cracked in 4 pieces. And this is a later model Phantom Fury, as I said, so as opposed to having a plug right here where the fluff trap would have been on the earlier model Phantom Fury, instead it has this plastic, almost dryer-like link trap right here. And that's the only method of filtration this vacuum cleaner has, which is a fault of Fury and Thunder models, that they really didn't have any premotor filtration. Fantom never ever got around to improving that. It doesn't have a lot of power, and this is true for any Phantom Fury, that they really are not very powerful machines at all. And the main issue is not necessarily the motor per se, but it's more so the fact that the cyclone design does cut a lot of airflow off. So that's pretty much why they don't clean as well as maybe perhaps they could. It does clean carpet reasonably well though, because it does have a decent brush roll. It just does not have a lot of suction through the hose. It has a fairly new HEPA filter in it. This is a generic filter. This is, from what I've observed, this is not a genuine Phantom Fury filter, but it's a pretty good quality aftermarket one. And it's fairly new. That filter looks like the machine's been used maybe half a dozen times with that filter. Another difference between earlier and later model Phantom Furies is that there were 2 extra screws on later models in order to pull off this top cover. The original Phantom Furies had these 2 screws right here, and then you just lifted off the cover because there were clips on the front. They eliminated the clips on later model Phantom Furies. Instead, you have 2 screws right here on the bottom you have to remove in order to remove that top cover. Putting that aside, it's for a 17-year-old vacuum, it's still a pretty stylish looking machine with the shiny black plastic and the blue accents. It's the main problem, like I said, is that it's just a bit underpowered. But for the time, this was an attractive vacuum because it was the cheapest Fantom model, coming around $200, $250. And they sold a lot of Phantom Furies. They sold more Phantom Furies than any other Fantom model, so And again, it's because of the fact that it was the cheapest model. It was also the lightest model as far as the uprights were concerned. So, now we will give it a quick run. The motor sounds very healthy for a Fantom Fury, so that's another reason why I was able to tell that it hasn't been run very much. So I already have it on the lowest carpet height setting. Let's give it a run. So that is actually not bad for a little section of carpeting for a Fantom Fury. But this carpet has not been vacuumed for a couple of weeks, so. Alright, that is the Fantom Fury Special Edition, made in 2001. This one, I think, was actually made in the United States. Yes it was. Alright, Fantom Fury Special Edition. Hope you enjoyed the video.